Alrighty, and we're back. So, welcome. This is our Mandalorian Season 1 recap with Scuba and
the Rye guy.
This one, spoilers, if you have not watched The Mandalorian on Disney+, go watch it. Come back, listen to, and we'll regale you on our opinions and reactions about the season as a whole.
Yep.
If you want to get a breakdown, because we did a review of each individual episode, there'll be a card that'll link to a playlist with all of the episode reviews that we've done.
Yes.
So with that, some basic housekeeping out of the way. Again, reminder, spoilers abound. We're not holding anything back on this because it is a Season 1 review. Also, shout out and thank you to Syrinscape for allowing access to the soundboards and background music that you're hearing. Go to Syrinscape.com to check it out. And with that, let's get into it. The Mandalorian, the flagship for Disney Plus at launch. I don't think it disappointed.
I honestly, as a whole, episode 1 through 8, it was a very solid season, and it did the thing that I was hoping for years, outside of the animated film, like an actual live-action series that went and expanded beyond what we know Star Wars through the films. Like,
yes.
We got to explore the other parts of the universe, albeit one of the episodes went back to Tatooine, but that's fine. That's fine.
Everybody goes to Tatooine at some
everybody
point.
Does, but I put that aside, just the fact we got to explore.
Oh, yeah.
Got to see the universe and actually see it through different characters outside of just the typical.
And I like the fact that we did the time period of post Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
Before Force Awakens. This is that nice time period where we can see what's going on, and we're seeing the fringe elements, because this whole thing takes place in the Outer Rim.
Yes, that's another great thing. Like, it keeps building on the fact that you expand. Star Wars is a big universe. There's more than just the Skywalkers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I know they are what brings you into Star Wars.
They're the start.
Yeah, they're the start.
So
but
let's.
There's the expansion. So for the Mandalorian, I love the fact that it explored the bounty hunters. It explored Mandalorian lore, which I didn't really know too much till after this series, and I started to learn more after.
Well, Mandalorian lore hasn't actually covered a whole lot unless you read a lot of the expanded stuff. So, and since as many fans will sit there and debate at length, when Disney purchased Lucasfilms and got all the rights and control for Star Wars, they revamped what they considered canon and what they considered legends.
Yes.
So there's a lot of Mandalorian stuff that is much of our childhood was set as this is canon. All of a sudden it's not. So you've got some mind-infested waters to navigate when it comes to bringing this stuff in, because they're going good, bad, or indifferent. But I like the fact that the Mandalorian culture is thriving.
Oh yes.
There's talk about with the whole purge. There's a lot of kind of backstory stuff of what's going on, and again we have these characters that it's like, because even it's like, so we have the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
We have this guy, this great bounty hunter and all that, and then he has a crisis of conscience after a job, and then that just kind of sets things in motion.
It triggers everything that happens after that.
And I like how it's like we talk about different races, we have these different things that go on. So I feel it's a pretty good ride, and a pretty good. I think one of the things I like most about it is the fact that this is a very organic series. It doesn't feel special effects polished. Like you see with some of the more recent Star Wars films, everything's bright and shiny and polished. Yeah, when you look at Mandalorian, and then it really has a nice kind of nostalgic feel, like the original trilogy, where it's the fact that it felt very lived in. Yeah,
there is a very rawness to the detail. Like, you feel every episode, regardless of the highs and lows, you feel a part of that ride that the Mandalorian's going through each episode. You're with him for all the highs and lows, through all the fights, through all the journeys, through all the falls.
Yeah, and there's a lot of practical stuff.
Yeah.
There's practical effects versus special effects. I mean, there are definitely some stuff going on, but it's the majority practical effects. And we see all of these major all these characters that were minor throughout the films
Yeah.
are all major players in this series. Like we have several instances of Jawas. We have
Yes.
we have Ugnaught. We have scrappers and scoundrels, and we get to see all of these things going on.
You get to see the society of the universe instead of just a handful of characters.
Or the battle, because that's pretty much what you saw in the films. Is where we went from battle to battle to battle. And then, of course, we have the remnants of the Empire.
Oh, yeah. You get to see, like you said, you like the fact that it was set at post, which that's a great thing. Now you get to see the aftermath of, the Battle of Endor. You get to see the aftermath of how the Empire is seen as from the common folk.
Or more or less also because the whole command and control structure and the fact that it's very widespread. It didn't just fall overnight. I mean, let's be realistic.
Yeah.
There are pockets like we sit here with the one guy who hired the Mandalorian and had all that Beskar to trade for the Baby Yoda.
Yeah.
And then we have Moff Gideon. You can tell a distinct difference. It's like the Moff is definitely like Imperial life is still thriving. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. It shows two things. It shows that not everything has fallen apart for the Empire. They might be scattered, but also too, it shows that there's not a true cohesiveness between parts of the Empire. Because especially what happened in Episode 7, he wiped them out for his own gain. So that
he made he was making a point, and
this is my deal.
And the fact that they've all kind of fallen into different warlord states.
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of the whole concept of the Moffs to begin with.
Oh yeah, it hints at that, which also that gives a prelude to maybe further adventures.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. It also each episode it kind of drops things of what might happen next.
Mm-hmm.
Even like Episode 5 where they went back to Tatooine. At the very end of that episode, you saw somebody walk up to the body of.
Which we assume I'm assuming that was probably Moff Gideon.
Yeah, you see it. You hear the spear cackling, but you really don't know.
I think it was
There's
Moff
two
Gideon
rumors.
who went there.
There's two rumors. It could be him, or the other thing, the rumor out there is maybe it's
somebody else.
Boba Fett. Like they actually said that might be. It's just a rumor.
I mean, well, to be honest, he did fell into the Sarlacc. There's a lot of stuff that says he came out of the Sarlacc, but we don't know. There is also a rumor that he was in the first episode of The Mandalorian, which,
Don't know.
But I like how we kind of get into this where it's like they establish that Mandalorian is a creed and not a race.
Yes.
So
They push that forward a lot.
And then we get into some of the other stuff is that whole end sequence with Moff Gideon have the Darksaber.
Oh, yes.
And I gotta be honest, I saw that, I was just like, wait, what? What happened?
Oh, yeah. When I saw it, it made me raise an eyebrow, but I also knew that it had some importance to not only, it's just Star Wars, but it has some importance to the Mandalorian.
Yes, if you watch Clone Wars, the Mandalorian arcs, and if you watch Rebels, the Mandalorian arcs, especially Rebels because they really go into it.
Yeah.
In Clone Wars, you see the Darksaber.
Yes.
One of the leaders of the factions had it. Then Darth Maul possessed it, and then he lost it. And then in Rebels, you find out that it belonged to a Mandalorian who was a Jedi.
Yeah.
And that it was kept and stored in the Jedi Temple, and then another Mandalorian stole it and used it to claim leadership over Mandalorians. And Sabine Wren from Rebels trained to use the Darksaber after she had come across it, because I think Ezra took it from Darth Maul at some point, and then Sabine gave it to her mother on Mandalore.
Yeah.
And that was the last. That was where the last we saw of it.
So yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Moff Gideon cuts himself out of a TIE fighter with it. I'm like, wait, what?
So it gives prelude to what might have happened between that time and now.
Well, yeah, because during that time was during the time period where Sabine gave her mother the Darksaber. It was pre Battle of Yavin.
Yeah.
So there's a good all that time between the Battle of Yavin and Return of the Jedi,
Yeah.
and then however long after Return of the Jedi that Mandalorian comes in,
Yeah.
that where there's an opportunity for Moff Gideon to get it. So I'm looking forward to them exploring somehow how that happened, whether it be a comic book, a novel, something that goes on.
My guess is it might be explored in season
Yes, it could be.
Because-
I mean, there's this Mando is now searching for the Baby Yoda's race or whatever. So that'll be
2.
interesting.
Yeah. So it does what episode 8 does is it brings everything full circle. What the purpose of season 1 was, but also leads into another chapter.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a perfect ending because it's one of those ones where it's a wrap up, but there's enough for something.
All right. So, what are some of your highlights from the whole season? I know I've talked about mine. Let's talk about yours.
Highlights. Some of the highlights is I'm gonna go like the main episodes that drew me.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 2, just watching him journey across, trying to get everything back and having to work back to get his ship back together.
Yes.
That was awesome, and then showing how the Jawas were just straight. You know what?
There's a reason why you don't like Jawas.
Oh yeah, there's a reason why, but it preludes to the fact that every part of wherever the Mandalorian goes, you can't really trust anybody, which leads into my other favorite episode, which was episode 6. The Prisoner. The reason I like that episode a lot because it not only it was very episodic, like the 4, 5, and 6 were very episodic, but out of the episodic episodes, this is the one I liked because it not only built upon that bounty hunter aspect of the Mandalorian, but it also gave some hints of his past.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it also put him in the spotlight of how great of a fighter he is. How he can use everything from his tools to his surroundings to win the fight.
And he beat the crap out of some droids. I mean, that man has some issues with droids.
Oh yeah, he really just does not like droids. Like just the word starting with an E, he'll just start flaring up. But
So those are your highlight episodes.
And episode 8.
Episode 8.
Just because it highlighted.
It was just a fun ride.
It's a fun ride. It capped off everything. It brought purpose to all the characters, and it was. It subverted expectations in a way that you did not know really how the outcome was going to be, because you really didn't expect anyone to survive, but anyone could survive.
For me, I have to say the Gunslinger is one of my favorites, and then 7 and 8 were also really good.
Yeah.
Just because I like the way those kind of go.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all the episodes have their moments, but the Gunslinger one really kind of struck me because that whole experienced, inexperienced, and how inexperienced causes you to do stupid things.
Oh yeah. It's like I'm a bad person. I can really bounty hunt. Oh no, you can't.
And it was like, oh yeah, at this range the Beskar could take it. I'm not wearing Beskar. Exactly.
But like the overall impressions of the season, it was a great expansion of the Star Wars lore.
Yes.
It was able to build a great story without being forced within a sandbox. It used it.
And we had some great creative power behind it.
Oh yeah, and they allowed them to. They used like I've mentioned this over a lot of the episodes. It's a Western by fault, but that doesn't make it bad.
No.
It allowed them to expand creativity, but allowed people that maybe people that are surface Star Wars fans to gravitate into the lore without feeling left out.
Yeah, and
Kind
the
of
fact
like
that we
me.
have Jon Favreau wrote virtually all the episodes, and a couple that he didn't do, Dave Filoni jumped in, and then Christopher Yost.
Yeah.
So I think it's a very good collection of talent doing this, and I think it sets the bar for where Star Wars can go.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. Do we know when season 2 will drop yet?
Fall 2020.
So this fall.
Yes.
All right.
But how would you rate it this season?
You know what? I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 because I thought it was a great way to set the bar. There are a few things but they're all minor.
Yes.
So other than that, I think it's a great opening, and compared to where some of the problems they had with some of the other stuff they've done. But this one, it felt great.
Oh yeah, I would say the same thing, 4 out of 5, but for some various reasons. One, it's great storytelling. It was great storytelling. It built a crossroads of diehard Star Wars fans, but also surface fans that could come in and be able to enjoy it and not feel left out. And it ended to a point where the story is done, but there's more to explore, which is the defining moment of Star Wars. There's exploration everywhere.
Yes.
So.
All right, and with that, our first show of reviews and first season of reviews is done. If you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell so you know when we got other stuff, because we got some other shows we're going to talk about. We'll just let you check out what that next one is, but it'll be a good one. I think it's the one that's now, I think as of today, arguably the most on-demand show.
It is the most on-demand show online.
Online right now. So, stay tuned. I think we'll do that one next. But thanks for watching this. Thanks for checking out our channel. And you guys have a great night.
Peace.